Meeting. Right, awesome. I hope everyone is well. I would just like to say good afternoon to all who have joined us. I'm just seeing that people are getting into the class, so we'll just give a few seconds for that, and then we are starting. Guys, one thing I would love to ask is that you keep your videos off at all times. At all times. Keep your video off. We do not want any problems whatsoever, so just keep your video off so that not only, as you can see, mine is off, so since mine is off, yours should be off as well. But today, what we'll be looking at is geometric patterns, and it would be coming from, normally what they would give you is something, a situation that is happening. Like what I once did with the grade fives was they give you a pattern and they say that, look, we want you to create general rules because we know that patterns work with rules. So today what we're looking at is how do we create general rules looking at patterns. Remember that a rule can be first you multiply something, then add something, but you're always going to get an answer in relating to that pattern. Because normally we're used to saying, okay, just add 1, or just add 2, or just multiply 2, or just. So now there's going to be a situation whereby for me to continue following this pattern, I must multiply 2, add 3, or something like that. And this is what we are actually going to be dealing with today, trying to find the rules and patterns and how this works. So please, 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 guys, we have 45 minutes together. Let us work together. Let us not work against each other. And if we don't understand something, let's ask questions. One more thing is that I did promise that I would give you feedback on your tests. Unfortunately, that I was too occupied with some other work in relating to all that we do here at the digital school. So I could not start on that. Or let me not say start on it, finish it, because I was busy with the grade 4s. But I do promise that the minute I'm done, you guys will have all the information and your feedback with you. And if there would be anything, would communicate via email when it comes to the test. And then when we come again to write another test, we will do the same. Pardon? What I'd love to say is that I am proud of you guys. I can see the effort. And I know some things are challenging, some things are not challenging. But I do honestly see the effort and I love it. I truly love the effort, and I want you guys to continue. I want you guys to be encouraged to say that one way or another, the more you try, the easier it will become, the easier it becomes, the better for you. So I honestly do see the effort. I won't say I don't see the effort. I do see the effort. I am proud in what I am seeing so far. And I do ask that you guys continue continue. So when we're looking at geometric patterns, we said a pattern is formed by using geometric shapes. And we said that a pattern is something that keeps on repeating itself as you go along. Then we spoke about repeating and growing patterns, that some patterns repeat, some patterns grow. Then we spoke about increasing repeating patterns, decreasing repeating patterns, increasing growing patterns, and decreasing growing patterns. Now, we spoke about rules, and we said that For you to get the following number, you must follow the rules that are set in patterns to say that, look, as patterns, we have rules and you must obey that rule for you to get. Then we come here. Now, let's first you read the scenario. After reading the scenario, when now you get to see how is it working out. So here's a scenario for different candles. And for the different candles, the lengths are as we know that as we're going down, you can see that it is decreasing for most of them. So they would need you now to actually find out how is it decreasing for most of them. Looking at what is the constant number are they're subtracting by as they're moving along. And then that's how we're going to adapt our rule and then move on from that. I just want to check for now. Are there any questions? Do we have any questions so far? Do we have any questions? All right, it's fine. Let's read the scenario and then we talk. A candle manufacturer claims that the new candles burn for at least 16 hours, right? To test their claim, a grade 6 natural science class did an experiment. They lit 4 different candles, measured their lengths every hour for 4 hours, then stopped. Here is the results. So they are the learner took the candles and then started measuring each and every of them for 4 hours. Now we need to see that as you go down along, because it says, look, for 16 hours, this thing is supposed to last for 16 hours. That means none of these lengths must reach 0 before you get to 16. But let us see something. Looking at candle A, how much does it decrease by per hour? Just looking at candle A, how much does it decrease by per hour? Just looking at candle A, anyone can raise your hand and say, just looking at candle A, how much does it decrease by per hour? Looking at candle A. Hello?
Sam, in candle A, in 0 hours, it can already decrease 36 centimeters. In 1 hour, it can decrease 34 centimeters. In 2 hours, it can decrease 32 centimeters. In 3 hours, it can decrease 30 centimeters, and in 4 hours, it can decrease 28 centimeters.
So how many centimeters is losing per hour?
It is losing 36 centimeters.
It started at
34.
30, right? Then it went to 34. So how many centimeters did it lose from moving from 36 to 34?
2 centimeters.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, who can see how many centimeters is it losing for candle B each and every hour? The first one, keeps on losing 2 centimeters. Candle B, how many centimeters is it losing? Candle B.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
I am exceptional. How many centimeters is it losing per hour when you're looking at candle B?
So, sir, looking at candle B, I said when there were no hours, it was at 16 centimeters. 1
Right.
hour passed and it went to 15. 2 hours and then it was 14. 3 hours
Mhm,
and then it was 13. 4 hours
mhm,
and then it was 12. So
mhm.
the so it de- the candle decreases by 1 centimeter every hour.
Exceptional. Exceptional. Beautiful. Every hour it decreases by 1. Candle C. Candle C. Let's do for candle C. As we understand the question, how many centimeters is it losing per hour? Candle C. Anyone? Candle C. How many centimeters is it losing per hour in candle C?
Good
Hello?
afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, and you, sir?
I am fantastic.
Okay,
Candle C. How many centimeters is it losing per hour?
it's losing half a centimeter per hour, sir.
You're a genius. You are a
Thank
genius. You are a genius. It's losing half a centimeter. Others may see it as 0.5 centimeters, but 0.5 and a half is the same. Yes, it's losing 0.5 centimeters or half a centimeter per hour. Candle D. Who can do candle D for us? Candle D. Who can do candle D for us? Candle D. Who can do candle D for us? Anyone who can do candle D for us. Hello?
Sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sir. Candle
After.
D is losing in 1 hour it's losing 44 centimeters, in 2 hours 42, in 3 hours 40, and in 4 hours 38. Each
Yes.
time it is losing 2 centimeters.
So at 0, how long was it? Or let's say, remember that there's
Sir?
no such thing as 0 hours, right? There's no such thing as 0 hours.
Yes, sir.
So we know that each length at 0 hours
Yes,
is
sir.
actually how long the candle was, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how long was the candle? How long was the candle at when you started the experiment? Before you even put on the matches?
Sir, before we put the matches on, the candle was 46 centimeters.
You are a genius.
Thank you,
are-
sir.
Yes. Guys, remember one thing, né? One thing. Like, think up, always I tell you guys, think about it realistically. Like realistically. Remember that you can't really say 0 hours. In maths, you can't really describe something as 0 unless you're speaking about complete emptiness or nothing. So we can't say, there's no one who can say, I ran in 0 hours. So you know, when it starts here at 0, it means that this candle was 36 centimeters long. Before you even put on the matches, it was 36 centimeters long. This candle was 16 centimeters long. This candle was 12 centimeters long. So the question here would be, how long was candle D before you even decided to put on the matches? It was 46 centimeters long. Then you put on the matches. Then yeah, it lost 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters as we go along. Right. As we go along. As we go along, that is what had happened, is that each time it kept on losing it kept on losing 2 here, it kept on losing 1 here, it kept on losing a half here, and kept on losing 2 here as we went along. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? I see someone saying that. Are there any questions? All we're looking at is looking at the different patterns. For those who just got in, we're looking at the different patterns and we're trying to establish how did these candles decrease or as we went along. But I can take a question. Let me take a question because I see that we might have a question.
Sir?
Hello.
No, sir, I had no question.
All right, awesome. Hello.
Sorry, sir, I left my hand up.
All right, fine. It's fine. There are no questions. Right. So let's move along. So now, looking at this, I want to ask you guys, looking at the pattern and how it's moving along, that each time this loses 2, each time this loses 1, each time this loses a half, and each time this one also loses 2. Which candles can you say here will last the 16 hours? Try that out now. Looking at all of these candles and how they're looking, because remember that it lasting the 16 hours, that it must not reach 0, right? It must not reach 0 before getting to 16 hours. So which candles here, by looking at the pattern, will last the 16 hours? Which candles will last the 16 hours? And I am going to ask you why.
So I think the candle that can last 16 hours is candle C because it only reduces half a centimeter per hour.
And which other candle C? And which
Yes,
other? I'm saying which candles? Because remember that as we go down an hour, it keeps on losing 2.
yes, sir.
So now I want to know that since we've established that, which candles do you believe will still be burning?
I believe candle B and candle C will still be good in 16 hours.
So candle A will run out.
Yes, because it reduces 2 times per hour. Or it reduces 2 centimeters per hour.
All right, let's see. Let's test it out together. Candle A, right? Let's test it. So, okay. No, I don't want to go that route. But okay. So in 5 hours it would be what?
In 5 hours it will be 26.
In 6 hours?
28.
Wait, remember that we work.
I meant 24. I meant 24.
Okay, in 7 hours?
22.
In 8 hours?
20.
In 9 hours?
18.
In 10 hours?
16.
So now it's reaching the 16. The 16 mark. Right? It's reaching it's 16 centimeters, right? It's not reaching the 16 hours, right? So now we're at 10, at 10 hours. 11 hours,
14,
12 hours,
12,
11 hours,
10,
so we did it. So now we are at
14 hours.
we're at now how many hours?
We're at 13 hours.
13 hours. So in 13 hours,
It's going to be 8.
in 14 hours,
It's going to be 6.
in 15 hours,
It's going to be 4.
hours.
It's going to be 2.
So would you say it lasted the 16 hours?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Let me see.
But
Who would say that lasted the 16 hours? Looking from how we counted. Looking from how we counted. Who would say candle A lasted the 16 hours? Because I see here that you say, look, it's going to be 14. It hasn't reached 0, right? So it means that it lasted the 16 hours. I would also say it lasted the 16 hours. I would also say it lasted the 16 hours. I wouldn't really be against it, but I would also say that, truly speaking, candle A is one of the candles that truly did last the 16 hours. Yeah, I would say that yes, it did last the 16 hours because it left it reached up, it almost didn't reach 0, because once it reached 0, that means it wouldn't have lasted the whole 16 hours. But then that's fine. So now we found our rules for here. We found the rules that this one keeps on going by 2. This one keeps on losing 1. C keeps on losing a half, and D keeps on losing 2. We found that rule, right? We found that rule. We worked it out perfectly. Worked it out perfectly. Found the rule, worked it out perfectly. Along. So now, here are some questions that I would like us to answer, right? I would like us to answer just a few of the questions, having the background of those of that information, having the background of that information. I would like us to answer some questions, but I'll take some questions for now because I see that there are some questions here. Hello?
Sir, can you please go back to that previous slide?
All right. Here I am. Or must I go here?
No, sir, it's fine. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You can move on.
Oh, you wanted to take a screenshot of it?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let me give you guys some time to take a screenshot of this before we actually, thank you actually for reminding me. Before we even try and answer the questions, let's take a screenshot of this so that we can answer the questions that come on the other side. Right, so guys, take a screenshot. I'll give you guys at least 3 minutes to either take a screenshot, or because writing it down, it might be quite tedious, but if you are able to write it down, you can. Let me allow you guys to just, for 3 minutes, either take a screenshot or try and make a quick sketch of it. Your 3 minutes starts now. I was going to do those questions, the following questions, we're going to do them together. But let you guys have the information. Let me allow you guys to have the information. Three minutes. Two minutes remaining. 2 minutes. But I hope we see the part about capturing the fact that there are rules. Capturing the fact that there are rules. I hope we are understanding that and we're finding it. And we're finding that balance. I hope we are finding that balance. I truly hope that. I truly hope that. Who's done? Are we done taking a screenshot? You have a minute left. Are we done taking a screenshot? Are we done taking down the information? You have about a minute left. Ten seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get. The class did not continue after 44 hours, but they did. Can you say how long each candle was after 5 hours and after 10 hours? Right? So they did it and then they stopped at 5 hours and then they said after 10 hours. So that's question number 1. Question number 1 wants us to know after 5 hours, how long were they? After 10 hours, how long were they? So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to answer that. And remember that as it says, explain and discuss your method. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to say for each one. Remember, as I was going along and we stopped at 16. Now you must state, after 5 hours and after 10 hours, how long was A? After 5 hours, after 10 hours, how long was B? And you move on. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do that. Because you have the information with you right now. So 2 minutes to do that. But let me pop it up. So right now you have 2 minutes to look at after 5 hours, how long was A? How long was B? How long was C? How long was D? 10 hours, how long was D? How long was A? How long was B? How long was C? How long was D? And we are going to discuss method, guys. Method. As I always tell you guys, method is always important. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Who can answer for us? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes. So what is the answer for candle A? The other one will give to another classmate of ours.
Okay. A for
Candle A.
10, it's 16.
Yes.
It's 16
And after
centimeters.
5 hours, it would be?
20 centimeters.
It would be
20.
5 hours.
Oh, sorry, 26.
Excellent. 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 For candle B. Candle B.
So, sir,
Mhm.
the answer for number 5 would be 11, and the answer for number 10 is 6.
6. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Candle C. Who will be able to do for us candle C? Candle C.
So
Hello?
for number 5, candle C will
Candle
be
C.
9.5, and for
Uh-huh.
number 10, candle C will be 7.
All right. All right. And who is going to take us home? Who is going to take us home? Who is going to take us home?
Sir?
Number D. D. Candle D.
Okay, so number D, 0 will be 46, and then 1 hour will be 44, 2
Mhm.
hours 42, 3 hours 40, 4 hours 38,
Mhm.
5 hours will be 30, and then 10 hours will be 28.
Sure.
28.
Sure, sure.
Wait,
Sure,
sir,
that
it's gonna be 36.
and then
36
10
for number
hours.
5. For 10 hours, it'll be 34. I'm not mistaken, please.
34. Sure,
Yes,
sure.
sir. 36.
All right. I'm not sure on 34 because remember here, it's like per hour. There's still the 6th hour, the 7th hour, the 8th hour, the 9th hour, then only the 10th hour. But we can always check what it says. So we did get a 26, we did get a 16. I did hear 11, I did hear 6. I did hear 9.5. I did hear I did hear how can I put this? I did hear a 7. Then I did hear 36, and then the actual answer was 26. But now the real question at hand is to say, look, we need to get a rule, right? A rule to help us that even to get for the 16th hour, it would work out. So let me quickly go and do this so I can explain the whole rule concept for you guys so that it would actually make sense. Right. So I have, I want this. Where do I get it? Did it disappear? It disappeared. And it disappeared. Is this the? No. I wanted the whiteboard. Doesn't seem to have been opened. Okay, it's fine. Let's leave it for now because time is not on our side. Right. Let's look at number 1. Yeah. Now, I need to think of a rule that's forever going to work for me as I'm moving along. Remember that we have a rule that says, okay, keep on subtracting 2. But there's going to be a situation whereby now I need to find out what is the 14th hour or the 12th hour. Now, the first one says to us that it is 36, right? Then I move to 34. Now I want to think to say that, how can I create a rule that would work for each and every position? And I thought to myself to say, look, 0 plus or 0 plus 36 is 36, right? Remember that we want a rule, right? Oh, I see, maybe there's a question. Let me quickly take it. Oh, there's no question. Hello? You have a question before I continue?
No, I have the
The
answer
rule.
for the rule. Yes.
So what's
It
the
will
rule?
it will be -2 and then by 26 when it gets to 16 it will be -5.
So it would be -2. And then when you get to 16, it'll be -5.
Yes.
Okay. How would it work for this one? How would they get it to 26?
By
Remember that, look, when we're trying to get a rule, we want a rule that works for all times, right? And we found doing it step by step by step by step, it did work. That did work for us. It did work for us. It wasn't really a problem. And even here, if you go to the question, they give you examples to help you out with the rule. I'll give you the first rule. The rule for the first one is this one, rule 4. A goes with rule 4, right? But I wanted to show you that how does this, the concept of the rule works. For example, I take the 3rd hour, right?
Yes.
And the rule says 36. Right? And in taking 36, you are going to subtract whatever the hour is multiplied by 2. Right? So the hour is 3 hours, right? What is 3? What is 3? What is 2 times 3?
6.
What is 36 minus 6?
36. 33.
36 minus 6.
30.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying for us to learn. To learn about making such a rule or finding such a rule. Are we together?
Yes.
Remember, it stops us from subtracting 2 repeatedly or subtracting a half repeatedly, and it becomes a very long process. Oh, our time is up. So I want us to stay away from that. Let me give you guys your homework, right? Let me give you guys your homework. Let me give you guys your homework, and then, because now our time has left and I had so much prepared for you guys. Okay. Here is your homework. What you're going to do is find rules that work for each and everything. Please take a screenshot of this. What you're going to find is rules that work for each and everything. I really need to teach you how to find this, because once you are able to find the secrets and the rules of these things, then it's going to work. I think what also might help is us playing a game on Friday called Maths 24. We're going to only do it on Friday, right? I'll try and find a Maths 24 generator online, and then we're going to try and do Maths 24. I see someone has a question. I'll take the question quickly. And then on Friday, we're going to do Maths 24. Our time has lapsed, unfortunately, but please do the homework so that we can start learning how to generate rules, because this is what's going to help you with the any pattern. Remember, we learned the first time to say a rule can show us -2. Now we've learned that part. Now we need to start thinking about input and output and saying to say that having this type of rule, I can work out for any sort of number. I can work out for any sort of number. Are there any questions right now? Are there any questions right now? If there are no questions from me, guys, I love you all. Stay focused. All right, there is a question. Let me take it quickly. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, you have a question? Quickly
Yes,
ask.
sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to ask, what is Maths 24?
It's a game where they give you a random amount of numbers and you must get an answer of 24.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It's going to teach you the way of thinking this thing. It's going to teach you, but we'll do it on Friday. Won't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're focusing on work. We'll do it on Friday.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All right. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Stay focused. Stay super. We will see each other tomorrow. Bye-bye. Much love. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.